Hello students, in this video I am going to discuss about biology part which a student should prepare for coming board exam. From page number 397 from life processes chapter, that is chapter 1, here go through this paragraph about viruses, and here definition of nutrition is there. From page number 398, from this paragraph go through the definition of nutrition. Here two basic modes of nutrition, autotrophic nutrition definition, then photosynthesis, it is very important. This reaction is also important. Go through this paragraph and remember two phases of photosynthesis. One is light reaction, another is dark reaction. This part just go through. This part is not so important for exam purpose. Even in the next page, this dark reaction also just go through, but it's not so important. Now, basic requirements of photosynthesis. This is important question. So basic requirements are chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and suitable temperature. And this part just go through. How plants obtain nitrogen. For this, these three lines are important. From carbon dioxide section, go through these 3-4 lines where it is given how opening and closing of stomatal pore is maintained. From page number 402, just go through definition of compensation point. This part just go through. This is not so important. From the next page, that is page number 404, here just remember the temperature at which the rate of photosynthesis is maximum. Here these 4 definitions are important: holozoic, saprophytic, parasitic, symbiotic, along with one example. Then nutrition of amoeba, short question may come. From this part, remember these autotrophic plants showing heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Remember at least 2 examples. Here the process of nutrition in human beings, this is very important. Here these processes, ingestion, in the next page you can see digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. These points are important. And this human digestive system, this one, this page, you should go through each and every line. The full question will not come, but often many short questions is to come, like from mouth section, question may come 3 pairs of salivary gland, functions of saliva. From this section, the role of acid in our stomach, role of enzyme pepsin, why length of the intestine in case of herbivores is longer as compared to the carnivores. From this paragraph, the function of bile juice, this is also important question. From this part, what happens when proteins, carbohydrates and fats are totally digested, it is given in last 2 lines. So this type of question may come. From page number 408, go through this table. Which gland releases which type of enzymes and what is their function. From this paragraph, what is the role of villi? What are villi? Their roles, that is also important. The vestigial organ present in human alimentary canal, that is vermiform appendix, this one also may come. And this paragraph just go through. From page number 411, remember the definition of respiration, aerobic, anaerobic. From page number 413, this point is very important, this figure. Here, respiration under different conditions, when sufficient oxygen is there, when oxygen is absent, in case of our muscle cells. So this is important and details are given here. So this page you should go through each and every line. From page number 414, difference between aerobic and anaerobic. Why ATP is called energy currency of the cell, this answer. Then differences between photosynthesis and respiration, at least 5 points you should know. Here, these pneumatophores and breathing pores or lenticels, this is important. From respiration in animals, these 3 lines, why the rate of respiration in case of aquatic animals is faster as compared to the terrestrial organism. From this paragraph, the characteristics of the surface through which exchange of gases take place, this answer is given in this paragraph. From page number 16, from here direct respiration, indirect respiration, then just go through this paragraph. This figure is important. Rate of breathing in normal condition. From this paragraph, question may come, why trachea does not collapse when there is less air in it. This is given. The function of alveoli. From page number 417, go through mechanism of breathing. This may be a 5-mark question. Then you have to write both inhalation and exhalation. From this paragraph, what is the need of residual volume of air inside our lungs? This answer is given here. In page number 418, in this paragraph, what is the role of hemoglobin? Then differences between breathing and respiration, and plant respiration and animal respiration. From these 2 differences, learn at least 3 points. In page number 421, in transportation section, what are the components of blood? This paragraph is important. What is heart? Next, structure and function of heart. Just go through this. Question may come, which chamber in heart receive oxygenated blood? Which chamber receive deoxygenated blood? Then what is the largest artery, largest vein? This type of question may come. This figure is also important. From page number 422, just go through this part. And from this paragraph, question may come, what is the importance of four chamber heart in humans? From page number 423, instrument by which blood pressure is measured. What is systolic and diastolic pressure? What is hypertension? This type of short questions are important. And different types of blood vessels along with their function. From page number 424, what is double circulation? And this paragraph is important. The mechanism of blood clotting. Just go through this paragraph on hemophilia. From functions of blood, just remember 5 points. From lymph, short question may come. So from here, what is lymph? And from the next page, two functions. Here two functions are given. These 2 points you should remember. Now, among transportation in plants, these points are important. Point number 1, point number 2, function of xylem and phloem along with their components. Now, transport of water and minerals. Here these 2 points just go through. From here, definition of transpiration. Importance of transpiration is given here. From next page, definition of translocation and the components of phloem tissue. In the next page, differences between transpiration and translocation. Here also at least 4 points. Try to remember. From page number 431, remember the definition of excretion. Main nitrogenous waste present in human body. This is given here. This part just go through. From page number 32, formation of urine, it may be a broad question. Then you have to write this point, glomerular filtration, tubular reabsorption and secretion. Up to this much you have to write. Definition of hemodialysis may come. In the next page, definition is there. You can go through this definition of dialysis. And excretion in plants, here some points are there. At least try to remember 3 points. So these are the important points from chapter 1. From chapter 2, that is control and coordination, this page just go through. From the next page, these definitions are important. Nerve impulse, stimulus, then structure of neuron. This figure along with this description is important. Full question will not come, short question may come. From this part, what are nodes of Renbayer, different types of neuron. This part is very important, these 3-4 lines. The next page, how does an impulse travel in the body? Here also just go through, and mainly neuromuscular junction and synapse. These 2 definitions you have to remember. The next page, that is 439, remember involuntary action, voluntary action and reflex action. This reflex action is very important. This part also just go through. In page number 440, process of reflex action, this definition along with these 2 figures are very important. Here, significance of reflex action, these points again you have to remember. Next part is human nervous system. Here these 2 parts, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system, and along with their parts. For this, just go through and try to remember the different parts of forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Like in forebrain, these 2 parts you have to remember. 2 function of cerebrum and 2 function of the encephalon. In the next page, here it is given midbrain, its function, cerebellum, pons and medulla oblongata. Here also just remember the function. In spinal cord part, remember peripheral nervous system. These 2 definitions along with how many pairs of cranial nerves and how many pairs of spinal nerves are there. This is important. In this page, just remember two examples of autonomic nervous system like sympathetic and parasympathetic. From here, just remember 2 or 3. From here also remember 2 or 3. In page number 444, this term is important. This paragraph, how brain and spinal cord are protected, and this part is not so important. Page number 447, this part just go through. In the next page, just go through the definitions. Here, you have to remember nestic movement and tropic movement. Even these definitions are important. In page number 450, remember the definition of phototropism, geotropism, chemotropism, hydrotropism. These are very important. Here, differences between nestic and tropic movement. Here, definition of plant hormones along with their names. Here it is given auxins, gibberellin, cytokinin, abscisic acid and ethylene. In the next page their functions are given. Here also two functions of each. In page number 454, hormones in animals. Here just go through. Here this point is very important. Why adrenal gland is known as gland of emergency? This answer is given here, so you should know this one. In case of thyroid gland, you have to remember the name of the hormones, disease caused by it. In case of pituitary gland also, same thing, the parts of pituitary gland along with the disease caused by this. In case of pancreas, remember its endocrine part, islets of Langerhans, and the hormones released by it, insulin and glucagon. In the next page, just go through these two lines, and this table is very important, mainly growth hormone, then thyroid stimulating hormone, here oxytocin, vasopressin, thyroxine, insulin, glucagon, then adrenaline, noradrenaline, then testosterone, estrogen and progesterone. These are the hormones along with their functions you should know. And in case of feedback mechanism, just go through this table. In case of reproduction, that is chapter 3, go through the full form of DNA, DNA copying, short question may come. Now what is the importance of variation? This is given in last 2-3 lines. From this part, the modes of reproduction by single organisms. Here fission definition. Next page, binary fission, multiple fission, definition of both along with 1 or 2 examples. In case of fragmentation also short question may come. So here just what is fragmentation with 1 example. In the next page it is given regeneration and budding. Here also just definitions along with 2 examples. In the next page, that is vegetative propagation. What is vegetative propagation? 2 means, one is natural means, another is artificial means. Remember 2-3 examples. Here also remember 2-3 examples. Here it is given stem cutting, layering, grafting. These are the different artificial vegetative propagation. And here it is given the importance of artificial vegetative propagation. This question also may come. In the next page you can see tissue culture. This paragraph is very important, this box. And from the next page, spore formation, short question may come. What is spore formation? You have to give 1 or 2 examples. This figure is important, and just remember how diatoms reproduce. Page number 471, go through transfer of variations, this paragraph, and next paragraph just go through this for short question. Here this is a very important question, parts of flower, these different parts of flower, what is unisexual, bisexual. Next, this androecium, gynoecium, this is very important. Next, what is pollination? Differences between self-pollination and cross-pollination. What are pollinating agents? Next part is what is fertilization? In case of fertilization, you have to remember the definition of fertilization. In the next page, it is given double fertilization. This paragraph is very important, and remember these differences. From page number 475, remember this figure. In page number 477, what is puberty? Changes in boys and girls during puberty. Just go through these two points. In the next page, what is external fertilization, internal fertilization? Male reproductive system. From it, broad question will not come, but you should know the function of testes, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens. These terms are important along with 1 or 2 functions. This figure may come with the different parts of a sperm. Similarly, in case of female reproductive system, just you should go through the functions of ovaries, oviduct, uterus and vagina. Here from this page, page number 481, just go through the definition of fertilization, implantation, function of placenta, gestation. Here menarche and menopause. In this paragraph, remember 2 diseases which are caused by bacteria. STD includes bacterial infections such as gonorrhea and syphilis, and viral infections such as WARS and HIV/AIDS, along with the name of the bacteria. In case of population control, remember 2 or 3 contraception methods required for population control. Full form of IUCD. Then what is tubectomy, vasectomy? This also may come. From this page, remember the definition of MTP or abortion. In case of heredity and variation, remember this variation definition, offspring or progeny. In the next page, go through the definition of heredity, who is known as the father of modern genetics. In the next page, just go through from page number 490. Remember garden pea with which Mendel performed this experiment. Why he considered garden P, and what are the different type of characteristics. These are given in this table. Both are important. This experiment just go through and remember this one, the ratio of monohybrid cross. In page number 492, remember law of dominance, law of segregation, and law of independent assortment. In the page number 493, remember dihybrid cross ratio, then phenotype, genotype definition, monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross, definition of gene. In page number 494, remember sex determination. Mainly this paragraph is important along with these two figures. In page number 496, just go through the definition of evolution. In page number 497, definition of acquired trait, inherited trait, genetics, genetic drift. In page number 498, these differences between acquired trait and inherited trait, Darwin's theory of natural selection. From this, remember 5 points. From page number 499, these two just go through, and from this try to remember the definition of allopatric speciation and sympatric speciation. In page number 500, remember the definition of microevolution and macroevolution. In page number 501, just go through these points. These are not so important. Here also, just go through these pages. In page number 503, remember the definition of homologous organs along with example, analogous organs along with the examples, paleontology or study of fossils. You have to remember the name of the fossils. 2-3 fossils names are given. You have to remember these names. In the next page, how the age of fossils can be estimated. These 2 points are given. Here just go through. From page number 506, remember evolution of wild cabbage. Remember these names. From here, remember this definition. And from the last page, that is page number 507, remember, just go through this paragraph. So these are the important topics that everyone should go through before appearing the board exam. All the best for the coming exam. Thank you for watching.